Hello and welcome to the French Booktuber. This is my new channel and I will talk about books and mainly YA books. So as you can hear or not, I don't know, I'm French, but I decided to booktube in English. Whatever, I love English. Because I read everything in English, so that made more sense to, just talk about it in English. So for my debut as a booktuber, I will present you all the books I've read in January and February. I mean, not all the books, but the ones that I loved. I mean, well, you got it. So we will begin with the best contemporary I read this year, I think. I mean, by this time. So it's Anna and the French Kiss. The cover is gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Even me who lives next to Paris, I love the cover. It's very smooth. So the story was super cute, and I fell in love with Saint Clair over and over again. I mean, the guy is just perfect. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I read that back in the beginning of January, so I don't remember everything, but I remember that I loved it, and that's enough, I mean, the chemistry between the two of them, between Anna and Saint Clair, is just, it's just so cute. So yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and I don't regret that reading. I mean, I want to slap myself for waiting for so long to read it. I mean, it's pathetic. I should have read it so long ago. Another contemporary that I really liked is The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight from Jennifer E. Smith. I really liked it. It read like a movie. You had the impression to watch a rom-com all the way, with the 24-hour span and the not so complicated story, plot line. But I have a very good memory of this book. On the opposite, I read another book by Jennifer E. Smith, but it was on my Kindle, which is out of battery right now, so just Kindle, say hi. And it was I even have trouble remembering the title. It's not a good sign. Yeah, it was This Is What Happy Looks Like, and it was, it was not bad, but not good either. I mean, I don't remember much. It was like a movie star goes to a little city of a young girl, of a girl who is nobody, but they know each other because the guy emailed her and he had the wrong address. But I mean, well, the story. I mean, it was fun, but I didn't loved it. Another one is Meant to Be by Lauren Morrill. I liked it, but it was not a favorite. I mean, it was good, obviously, with the setting in London and the cover. Well, I mean, the cover. Just look at it. Just. I mean, I fell in love with it once I saw it. The story was cool. I mean, it's a girl who goes to London with her classmates, and she's American. And she pairs with one of her classmates for all the trip, and the classmate, I mean, she doesn't get along with him, but I mean, the story goes on, and it was cute, and I like the plot line about the guy who texts her all throughout the book, but she doesn't know which guy it is. So the other one, Jason, that's his name, the classmate. Jason helps Julia find out who he is, and it's pretty cool. I mean, it's a page turner. I think it is for contemporary. It's a good thing. Another book that I read is The Distance Between Us by Casey West. Basically, I fell in love with Casey West when I read Pivot Point, I don't know, and Split Second. That was paranormal books that I read on my Kindle, so yeah, no covers. I have to buy them physically because I want them on my shelf. So yeah, I love these two books, so I decided to read The Distance Between Us, which is super nice, super cute. I really love the story. It was about a poor girl in a town where everyone else is rich, and one of the customer in her shop, because her mother has a doll shop, one of the customer is a guy of roughly her age and like 17 years old, and he's super rich. And yeah, I mean, it's very lovely, and it's deeper than you know, the story is deeper than the rich guy and the poor girl. I mean, I really liked it. Next contemporary is Fangirl. I waited for so long to have it because I wanted the paperback. As you noticed, I didn't present you any hardback yet because I don't like hardbacks. I mean, they're heavy, but that's another subject. So yeah, Fangirl. I really liked Fangirl. I mean, I really liked. No, I just loved it. I mean, I really loved Fangirl. It's basically a story about me. Not about me, but it's a nerdish girl who loves to write about Simon Snow, which is actually Harry Potter. And I love Harry Potter. I mean, I can maybe show you on what is, my camera is put on books, and it's very funny. It's a very funny system. And you see there are like all the Harry Potter and Game of Thrones that I should read. Yeah, I haven't read them yet. So yeah, I'm a huge Potter geek. I mean, I am. So I loved it, and when I was younger, I used to write fan fiction, and it's about a girl, like Fangirl, who writes fan fiction about Simon Snow, and her roommate has a friend called Levy, and Levy is always in her room, and they just, they learn to, get along, and it's I mean, I loved it. It was so cute, and there were very serious matters in the book, because she has a twin sister, and they tore apart when they go to college. So it's basically very, very, very beautiful. I mean, I really loved it. So I mean, if I have a contemporary to advise, it will be Fangirl. I mean, it depends on who you are, but if you're a bit nerdish, if you're a fan of books or anything, if you watch this video, maybe you are, I think it will really, you will really like it. The next book I will present you is my favorite book of 2014 yet. Well, that's just 3 months, even not 3 months of 2014, but anyways, I mean, I loved it, and I don't think I will love a book more than this book this year, because it was amazing. So, done with the teasing. It's Everyday by David Levithan, and it was so good. It's about a person who is neither a boy nor a girl. Her name is A. It's just a letter, and this person changes body every day. Every day it wakes up in a different body, either male or female, but a body of roughly his age. Like he's maybe 17 in the book. I picture him as a boy, and it's wrong. I mean, it's not a boy, it's not a girl. And he falls deeply in love with Rhiannon, I don't know how to pronounce her name, and he will do everything every day to get closer to her, even, you know, even cross, I mean, even driving for miles and miles, because he wakes up in different body everywhere in the US. It's just in the US. I found that particular, but yeah, it's just in the US. And someday you can't see her. I mean, it depends where A is. And it's so beautifully written. I mean, I already read something of David Levithan, but it was with John Green, and it was called Will Grayson, and I liked it, but I didn't love it, so I didn't want to go further in David Levithan, you know, in discovering David Levithan, and it's thanks to Justine, who is a French blogger, and it's thanks to her that I'm doing book videos right now. So it's thanks to her, and I mean, on her blog and on her videos, so you can find the link below. On her video, she mentioned that David Levithan Everyday Book was her favorite book of 2013. So I decided to give it a shot, you know, and boy, I don't regret it. I mean, it was really a fantastic book. I mean, I can't, you know, I could talk about it for hours, so I will stop now. Another contemporary that I read is Golden by Jessie Kirby. It was very good and very beautifully written. I really loved it. It was on my Kindle, so I can't show it to you. I really enjoyed the mystery double murders that happened in the town like 10 years ago, and the main character decides to find out about these murders, and I really enjoyed it. Even though I don't remember as much as I would like today, but really it was a good book. Next book in line is Something Like Normal by Trish Dollar. It was pretty good. I mean, I heard so many good things about this book, but you know, it was not the favorite I expected. I like the PTSD story. I mean, it was my first story about post-traumatic stress disorder, I think. It's not very common in France to talk about it, because in France, you know, we don't deal so much with that, and it's not in all French books. I don't know, I never read a book in French about it. So it was a great debut, and I couldn't stop reading it once I began. I read it like in 1 or 2 days, I know. So yeah, it was, I mean, it was very good, but what disappointed me was the fact that it was told by a male point of view. Don't get me wrong, I love male point of views, I really love them, but here it was like, I don't know, it was very rude language, and I'm not a big fan of rude language. I prefer when it's beautifully written, like Everyday by David Levithan, or Golden by Jessie Kirby, you know, that types of books. So that prevented me to really love the book with all my heart. Next book that I read was My Life Next Door, also on Kindle. So My Life Next Door by Huntley Fitzpatrick. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, sorry. Yeah, I really loved this book. I thought the Garrett's family was a lot like the Weasley, which I enjoy very much as a Potter fan, or Potter geek, I don't know. Yeah, the story is about a girl with a very rich mother and a awful mother, really. Oh gosh, I wanted to throw my Kindle, you know, of the window. really. Her mother is terrible, and the boy next door is. I like that the girl was rich and the boy was poor. I mean, it's not very common. I really like that. So the boy lives next door, and he has like 8 or 7 brothers and sisters. So it's a big family, a bit like the Weasley. And she's going to, I mean, ever since she was little, the girl spies on the boy, on the Garrett's family, and finally they met, and you know, it was good. I was just disappointed by the end, because everything happens in the last 50-ish pages of the book, and the rest is just basic story, and you know, it's not, but the atmosphere was really good, and I mean, I really, yeah, it was a good book. I mean, on the moment I thought, meh, I don't like this book, I don't know, and finally I just fell in love with the Garretts, and that made all the book for me, that made all the charm. I mean, le charme, as we say in French, le charme. So yeah, I think that's about it for the contemporary. I mean, Everyday was not a contemporary, but it was set in a contemporary world. I also read Ignite Me, but I lent it to my best friend, and she didn't give it to me back yet, so I don't have the gorgeous cover to present you, sorry. And Ignite Me was perfect. I loved it. I mean, if Tahira Mafi was like beside me, I would just hug her and beg her to write more, please, just. I think that Juliet in the 3rd book was very. I mean, there wasn't any. I don't even know how you say strict lines. I mean, and she was sure. She was so self-assured, and she knew what she wanted, and it's good. I mean, there was really an evolution of Juliet throughout the whole saga, so it was a good thing. And I don't want to get too spoilery about it, but I was very glad and relieved about the love story. I mean, their love triangle, the most famous love triangle of all YA time, I think. I was pretty happy with the end, with the ending. But unlike other readers, I wasn't so much disturbed or annoyed by the lack of story. I mean, yeah, of plotline, and I mean, yeah, cool. I don't think the Shatter Me series was about world building. I mean, it wasn't about it. For me, it was just more about feeling. Sorry, it's raining now, and I got distracted. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's more about feelings and just how you deal with this kind of horrible world, where horrible futuristic world. So yeah, I could really talk about it for hours on end. So yeah, just if you haven't read Shatter Me, please try. I don't think this book can really disappoint someone. I don't know. I mean, there's always something good to find in this book, I think. The last book I want to talk about, I think it will be it was already a long recap, but it will get shorter. It's just that I had 2 months to recap, and 2 months is a lot. So yeah. So the last book is one of my favorites of 2014 yet. It's Tiger Lily by Jodi Lynn Anderson. Tiger Lily is a rewriting of Peter Pan story, and it's focused on Tiger Lily, and it's so good. I mean, it's about So it's the story of Peter Pan basically, but from Tiger Lily point of view, with some, I mean, it's like a fantasy world, like all normal world exists, and Neverland is like in South America, I think, if I understood all well. It's like a part of South America. And yeah, and it's told by Tinkerbell, and I found it very original. It was all very poetic, and it really changed from all YA books that you read, and that I think are written a bit in the same ways sometimes. So yeah, it was really a change, and for good reasons. I mean, a good change to read it. So yeah, I think I'm done with my January/February recap, and I will see you soon for a March recap, maybe an April book haul. Yeah, we'll see. So merci beaucoup et à bientôt.